Whoa, whoa, whoa. I've got a premonition, I'm dreaming you and I. All my darkest fears are coming outside. We got a billion races, we got this melody.
Hey you guys, welcome back. It's Holly Golightly here at Perfume Vegas, and I have a bonus video for you today. Something that I really wanted to share with you and is kind of time sensitive, so I thought I would just go ahead and upload it. If you hear noise in the background, it's my cat. She's like right over there. You can't see her, but she's making some noises. So what I am going to talk to you about today is one of my favorite things to talk about, and it's a niche American indie perfume brand. This is one of my favorite indie brands. It's an American indie brand based out of Chicago, DarlingClandestine. And you've probably heard me talk about it in other indie videos, the brand. It's like one of my favorite houses. But because the perfumer, the owner, the operator, Yvonne, has limited space and time, she's not putting out as many releases as she used to. So whenever there's a new release, especially when it's one as popular as the one that's going to be coming up, it's definitely highly anticipated. So the reason I'm doing this video is because on Instagram, Yvonne announced that she's going to be releasing a batch of one of her most popular fragrances, especially summer fragrances, called POPCREME. So I have a bottle of POPCREME already. I purchased this in its first release. And I've kind of been I've kind of been like hoarding it, savoring it, because I didn't know if I could ever get another bottle. Now she's going to be doing a new release, so I really want to share this with you guys. So if it sounds like it's interesting to you, you can follow so that you can try to get your hands on it. So first of all, a little bit about the brand. It's definitely not a traditional perfume house in any sense of the word. Yvonne's highly creative. I believe she has the synesthesia, and her sense of smell is extremely sharp. I kind of stan Yvonne and DarlingClandestine. I'm like secretly like I am that stan. But she's a wonderful person. She's an amazing businesswoman. She treats her customers so well. So, I mean, I have 100 reasons for supporting and 0 drawbacks ever. So, yeah. So forgive me if I do come across like a little bit fangirling, because I am. I started purchasing from DarlingClandestine in 2014 or 2015, sometime back then. She was not even, it was like this, she was already established in the niche indie perfume kind of subreddit culture. If you go on to like IMAM subreddit on indie, I'm sure that there's a perfume thread, or they talk about perfume there. There may be an entirely separate indie perfume subreddit. Reddit confuses the hell out of me. So anyway, so she's already well established, and there was releases that have never been released that I never got a chance to try. So the fact that POPCREME's being re-released again is super exciting, and I thought that I would have not wanted to miss out on some of those earlier releases if someone had told me. So I'm going to share this with you. So let me read what is written about POPCREME, and you'll kind of understand why I say this is definitely not your traditional perfume house. So in her own words, Yvonne writes, POPCREME is life. It is. POPCREME is life. My most perfect fruity creation, I do declare. It's reminiscent of shaved ice soaked with the retro tiger's blood syrup flavor. Tart, candy, watermelon, strawberry, and a splash of coconut. And then drizzled over with cream, spilled onto a vinyl dashboard, and drunkened with the fresh, hoppy froth of an India pale ale for your lady grinning soul. It's bright and effervescent enough that its sweetness is never cloying. Everybody's afraid of the vinyl. Don't be. The best collections are on vinyl. There she is. So this is a sweet, fruity, lightly gourmand type of fragrance. It is a feminine leaning fragrance, but all of her creations are gender neutral, unisex, and the release time for this fragrance is always in the summer. It is a summertime fragrance, and if you get your nose on it, you'll understand why. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I perceive the fragrance and just share my thoughts with you. So I've had this for a while now, and with all fragrances, of course, things change with age, scents change with age. With oil fragrances, it changes slower, but they last longer. So fragrances in alcohol, the maceration process or the saturation of the ingredients into the alcohol carrier happens a lot faster, because alcohol is much more, it penetrates. It's very, I don't know the scientific word, but it gets in there fast. These are carried in oil. They're perfume oils, not eau de parfum. So you're going to get a different fragrance when you first receive it versus 4 or 5 years down the line, which is basically how long I've had POPCREME for. So when I smell it cold from the bottle, it's sweet. It's a very watermelon and slightly slick, slightly synthetic. That could be the vinyl note, but again, the things that she lists here, that's not the entire composition of the fragrance. Those are just ideas of how things smell so that you understand what it is you're smelling, if that makes sense. On my skin, it smells like hot summer sun, getting shaved ice, getting, from the stand, the little carts. If you guys had those, when I was growing up, we'd always go to the local supermarket, and in the parking lot there was a shaved ice cart, the Kona shaved ice or whatever. Dragon's Blood was never my favorite flavor, but I've had it in the past, and this is so reminiscent of that. But there is something a little biting, a little synthetic, and I love that about Yvonne's fragrances, that she uses these synthetic notes. One of my favorites is Supernova Sway. I've talked about that before, but it has a hot asphalt and metal note. But it is so beautiful. It's beautiful on the skin. Oh, I love it. But yeah, this smells just to me like riding in a car. I was born in the 80s. Let me say anything. And I feel like the 70s were my decade, though, if that makes sense. This feels like riding in the car, with your feet up on a vinyl dashboard, eating shaved ice in the summer, maybe going to the beach, maybe going to the lake, maybe just cruising. This is beautiful. If you like sweet, fruity scents, if you like a kind of tartness, or if you want to smell original, this is for you. Because it is a perfume oil, it's going to hang pretty close to the skin, but it's a super bright scent, so you won't need a lot of it to be able to smell it. You won't need to feel like you're just dousing yourself. You'll get your bang for your buck here, and you could always use it as a layering note as well. Perfume oils are great for layering under other fragrance oils. So I definitely see this as being great to layer under a coconutty or other tropical type scent. to get that sparkling freshness, sparkling fizziness, the like pale ale sort of fizziness, as well as the uniqueness, to make it something that is your own and not something that everyone is going to smell like. Oh, it's delicious. It's so, so good. And since I'm so excited, I actually brought my bottle out to start wearing it since she's going to release more. I'm like, yes, girl, I'm getting it. The only caveat is I do not know when that release is going to be. It wouldn't even do me any good to ask, because like even Yvonne is not going to know for sure. She's very specific about the time that things take to do their business, like the time that things take to finish brewing, essentially. So it could be like a week, it could be a day, it could be a month, you know, it's one of those things that's hard to predict. So what I'm going to do is leave a link to Yvonne's Instagram account and her Etsy shop down below. If you want to get a notification from Etsy when new items are added to her shop, which would be this item, the next release, sign up for those notifications through Etsy. If you haven't created an account on Etsy, you will have to do that, I think. I'm not sure, but you can sign up for Etsy's notifications when items are added to the shop. If you want to know specifically when the release is going to be happening, or details of the product, price points, etc., follow Yvonne on Instagram. It's at DarlingClandestine. I'll have it linked below, but you can follow the shop on Instagram, and she does post updates about product launches. So like I said, because of the circumstances, she's not putting out as many releases as she used to. So she's always really good about letting everyone know in advance when a potential release might be happening, so that you can definitely start thinking about it, and you're not surprised. Otherwise, that's all I have to share with you today. If you want a really great, unique summer scent, and you've been interested in trying perfume oils, or just trying something different from the standard designer and even a lot of the niche stuff, give it a try. POPCREME is a very easy scent to wear, so this is perfect for people who haven't really investigated like indie kind of more unique perfumes, especially carried in oil. Again, the fragrance is called POPCREME, 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 and it is life. POPCREME is life. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, if you're just seeing this video, hi, welcome, and please subscribe before you go. I would really appreciate it. And everyone else, I thank you so much. I am so happy you're here. I hope that you get a chance to try POPCREME, and if you do, you love it. If you don't, send it to me. And I will see you on the next video. Bye!